field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
198. Watch 98. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go. Pick it up. 198. Watch 98. Let's go. Defense. Hey, man.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Switch it. Come on. 95.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey. There. Get one. One left. Good touch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Ready? Block 80! Legs 50, legs 50! Watch the run!
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger will throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Samuels. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, a give to counter. Shrugs pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. Kill. Alert. Check. Lucky. Left. Kill.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Slip. Sweep, team. Check. Not that.
from the gun, it's Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Fourth down, and out is the All-Pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 13. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Check it back. Hey, 0. Alert 3. No pass. Good.
Wilson operating from the gun. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off, and the ball is knocked out. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I got you.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Team 6. Watch 54, watch 54.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Strip that ball. Strip.
I'll go special. 26.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. The linebacker T.J. Watt there on the coverage. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect.
Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal that's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Well, the drive starts with a completion, left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Carson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a third and goal here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at the 20. To throw is Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Wilson after the play fake to Carson, and Dixon over the middle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, Wilson able to get away. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Here's Switzer. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check 215.
Check 55 to Mike. Army.
Alert.
55 Mike, guys. 55.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
14,
No. Undercut.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 13, but it's not. Nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. This one complete right side to McDonald. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead, you're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At their 48-yard line.
Here we go. Black 30. Alert.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Wilson. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. Jennings lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Kimdichie. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football, but I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks it.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's make these babies proud.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
You ain't doing nothing.
On first down, Samuels. He will push his way down to about the 14. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger forced out to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Jim. Watch the edge.
36 power.
Check 25. Check 25.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Alert.
Check 24.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Wilson Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Past the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start with a give to counter. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bravo. Be a long day for you.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 47.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Check 37, check 37.
Monday,
50, Mike, 50.
let's go!
There's a party now. Whoa.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Steelers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 16. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to let it fly. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
All right, now. 180.
54-5. It's our field. It's our field.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall to defeat here. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.